hypnotherapy. You lose a sense of who you are for a couple of minutes, and yeah. Jude?
I'm so glad I asked this question. What about you, Jude?
So hypnotherapy or hypnosis,
Yeah.
or are they the same thing to begin with? I'm sorry I'm asking your question. I'm answering your question with a question.
So you use
Typical Ghanaian.
hypnotherapy is the process of hypnosis.
Okay.
So yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think not very much different from what Eno said. It's a temporary loss of consciousness, right?
Yeah.
In a manner where your actions are not really, properly thought through, if I could say. Yeah.
I'm so glad I asked this question. Sorry, you two are making me laugh so much. But that is the general perception. So hypnotherapy or hypnosis is actually a part or process of using a psychological therapy process of letting your client or an individual go into deep relaxation and making suggestions to their subconscious mind for changes to happen. So it could be a behavior that they're not interested in, or it could be even an illness, or it could be even a child who is going through bullying, bedwetting, whatever it is. So it's for both, should I say, mental health as well as physical health and everyday behavior. So let's just say, Jude, you want to be the best broadcaster and win an award. And Eno wants to be the one that comes up with the highest rating on TV. So with that, a session, or it could be a session or two or how many of hypnotherapy, where we take you into deep relaxation, and then you actually find out, you actually tell me or tell your therapist exactly what you want to achieve and where you want to be. But what we don't realize is the power of our subconscious mind. That most decisions, especially negative or positive, come from there. So when we are able to alter that, make that change there, it's easier. And we use hypnosis sometimes, or hypnotherapy, when somebody's been struggling with a situation, or maybe they have been on medication, they have tried all sorts, and it's not working. So we can have something we call solution focus. So this is the situation. I'm stuck. Let's say I'm bereaved. I've lost a loved one. And because of that, this person cannot move on. They can't do anything with their life. They've stopped going to work. They are very depressed. They are not functioning as they should. So you can use hypnotherapy or hypnosis to actually get into how it all started, where they want to go, and also look at what the loved one was like when they were alive, the nice things or lovely things they did together, and what they wish for them. So let's say the spouse, let's say the husband died, and because of that, they feel that they can't function anymore. So hypnotherapy will take you back to the life you had before, the plans that you had for your future. Unfortunately, that is gone, but it's about looking at what can we do, or what can you do to actually continue the memories or the plans that the two of you had before. And not just about a partner, but it could be anybody, as well as the everyday work. So hypnotherapy or hypnosis, like I said before, about the stage one is what you're talking about, what we see on TV. Oh yeah, you click a finger, or you have a bell in your hand and the person will just fall asleep. That's just stage hypnosis, where people do it for fun. People do it for excitement. But it is actually a very powerful therapeutic intervention that helps. Even medical, let's say somebody is going for a surgery and they are so anxious, and they think that something would happen to them. You can use that to reduce the anxiety. So it's not what we hear every day.
So depending on who uses this intervention, then you can describe it as whether it's being used appropriately or bad. Because like Eno and myself initially alluded to, a lot of the time when we hear this concept, it's about people, being under a certain influence, often for negative reasons or purposes, right? So are you able to just clarify between what the issues are? Is it because I'm hearing you say it's for relaxation purposes, as well. But a lot of the time, people also use it for some other reasons. So if you're able to just clarify that bit of it for us.
Jude, that's a very good question that you've asked me. And if we have time before we finish, I'll just talk people through, as well as your viewers, through a very brief, like 2 minutes relaxation, so they understand that they don't go under any spell. But I think that for me, the most important thing is who you go to see as a therapist.
Okay.
So before you even decide that I need to see somebody or I want to see somebody, just make sure that you know who that person is, or is through recommendation. So it could be from your doctor, your medical doctor, or somebody who's used the service before, or you check with their body to see if they are accredited, they've got a license, what is actually going on. And what may be good for you, Jude, might not be good for Eno. So I would say that even before you go in, we call something, we rapport, building a rapport with your therapist. Try and book in and then go, and then your first session, just be attentive and feel that you feel very comfortable with the person. You feel very relaxed with the person. You believe in what they're saying. Like I said, when it comes to the trance in hypnotherapy, that trance period, you're not supposed to be unconscious. You are very conscious and you're very aware of what is going on. So when people say, most times even people don't fall asleep, you remember exactly what happened, unless you choose not to remember because maybe a part of it is too painful or whatever. And the beginning of the session, so it's up to about an hour, but the first half an hour or 20 minutes for the first session, let's say if we only having it once or we having about 6 sessions or whatever, the first session is actually to understand what is going on. So you go to your therapist or you come to me. I would like to understand who you are as a person, what you're looking for, why you've come to me, and what you're hoping to achieve. So everybody's therapy could be different from the other. So somebody would say, "Oh, but I just want to, sorry, it's about fertility. I'm here because I'm trying to get pregnant. I'm too anxious because every time I'm thinking about it, you can even go in with your partner. And I'm trying and I've tried and I've tried. The anxiety is making it difficult for your body to relax. So even if you go and see your psychologist or whoever you want to see, your body is not relaxing for you to conceive or for whatever needs to happen. So now I've got a picture of what is actually going on. So what do we do next? It's about getting to how did it all start? Because you've been told that you can't get pregnant, it's making you too anxious. So exercises or things that you have to do, the happy times before all this started, you revisit there in your subconscious mind. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, the most important thing is the fact that somebody says, I'm a therapist, I'm going to put it that way, or I'm a hypnotherapist or a psychologist or whatever that they say they are. It's very important that you have that connection, that rapport. Be there and feel it. That person might be the best in the country or best in the world, but if you don't connect with them, then you might not be able to receive what you need to receive. So it's important that you have that kind of relationship and be mindful because we make suggestions and the suggestions are supposed to be positive. Because if you say to me, you're struggling to conceive or your doctor has just referred you to a therapist, and when you're there, it's about how do we move from A to B because you're stuck. So those suggestions when you're in the trance-like state, and also, sorry, let me mention this. Whatever you do in that room in terms of the hypnosis can be recorded. It's very important that it's recorded. If you don't want it recorded and given to you, but you can still ask the therapist to record it. Because when you're at home, you can listen to it again, and that is part of your recovery. So that also will tell you, if you say that you fell asleep or you didn't hear half of it, that's fine. You've got the recording. So if any negative thing was done whilst you were under hypnosis, you can always listen back. So that's how it works.
Dr. Gazy, you've mentioned some of the potential benefits, but are there any potential risks to hypnosis?
You've asked a good question. So far, I wouldn't say risks as such, but some people struggle to relax because you go into very deep relaxation. Like I said, nothing is done to your mind. The risk will be not getting the right therapist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being with somebody that you don't click with or the suggestions are not made right. But nothing, we don't change anything from the mindset or the subconscious mind, or nothing happens there where you would say, like I said, I will just give you a brief of it before I leave so you understand that we don't make any changes to your brain functions or your brain chemistry or nothing. All we do is whatever information that you have given. So whilst, because lots of, if you realize most people, or maybe traditionally, if I'm correct, once upon a time, the old our elderly people used to say, wait till somebody is very calm. Maybe they just come out of bed, or they are in a happy mood before you talk to them. And that is our traditional way of saying, talk to their subconscious mind, because when they are that relaxed, they accept things. You're able to get the best out of them. And I think that traditionally, again, if I'm correct, women were told, if you want to talk to your husband, wait for when he's in a good mood, wait for when he's very relaxed. Maybe he's lying in bed and you know that he's very relaxed. Why did they say that? Maybe they didn't attach any theory to it, but this is what tends to happen. That means that you're actually talking straight to their subconscious mind, so you get the best out of them. So when we are deeply relaxed, all our muscles are relaxed, our brain muscles are relaxed, every part of our body is relaxed. It's easy to make suggestions to you. It's like the positive affirmation. What do we normally tell people as therapists? We say, stand in the mirror, say positive things to yourself in the morning, because it's first thing in the morning, no stress, nothing. You just got up. Say, I'm beautiful. Say, I can do this. There's nothing that I can't do. I won't allow anybody to stress me. You say all these things. What you're doing is feeding your subconscious mind. And when we go back to what we call the cognitive behavior therapy, that is changing your cognition, your brain, from negative things to positive. How do we do that? By feeding it every day with positive things. So when you go to see a therapist with hypnosis, all they're doing is get you into that deep relaxation, because maybe you've tried all sorts. You've attended so many sessions with your therapist or psychologist. You've attended so many sessions with your medical doctor, and it's still not working. Right. Let's just get to where the source of what is going on. And that is your subconscious mind. So we get in there and we say to it that actually you can do this. You can relax. You can do better than this. Why am I depressed? What is affected? So that is how it works.
All right. Is it possible? And again, please pardon the ignorance, really, if it come across as such.
Listen, Jude. That's why I said you can ask me any question, because I know across the world, not just here, there is so much negativity around hypnotherapy. So I'm here ready to answer any question. If I'm not able to, I'll tell you. That's it.
and I appreciate that. Is it possible to lose control or get stuck in that state of being when one is being hypnotized? Yeah.
Okay. So what it is as a therapist, whilst the hypnosis is going on, you monitor the body of your client, see how they're behaving. Sometimes you take them to a place. Let's just say they tell you that anytime I go to the beach, or anytime I'm in my country home, or I travel to a particular place, or I'm with a person, I'm very happy. So when you take them there, you see a smile on their face, you see their body relax more. So you're monitoring everything going on. So you're not just hypnotizing them, just leaving them there and saying things to them. No. How they close their eyes, how they move, their fingers twitching. Let you monitor everything and see how they're behaving. So let's say if somebody says, I've got phobia for heights, and then you start talking about stairs and going up a mountain, or you have to watch. And if you feel that they are very and that's why I said that the person you're not unconscious to the extent that you can just say, do you know what? I'm uncomfortable with this. And then you come out of it. Or the therapist can see clearly that you're not doing great, and they can stop it.
But assuming it's wrongly,
look at a different way.
Yes. I get that point. But assuming it's wrongly done, or not done in adherence to the protocols involved, is it possible really that somebody can get stuck in that state?
Stuck, I would say no, but yes, that can harm them. That they might need another therapist to go through a different process or procedure. So yes, I mean, if the process went so wrong that, because I have read from places where it really went wrong for people, where even not just hypnotherapy, but talking therapy, where people have had it so wrong because it's been suggested to them that, it sounds like the way you're behaving, you were raped as a child, or your parent abused you, and it wasn't right. Eventually, they found out that it wasn't right.
So
that's why when I started, I said, be careful what therapist you go to.
interesting. So it's
Don't
important.
just pick anybody and go.
Yeah. It's important who you go to for the therapy.
Definitely.
Interesting. I just want you to
100%,
talk to us also very briefly around the difference between meditation and going through hypnotherapy, right? And for some other people, even just normal relaxation. For those who practice the Christian faith, I know some, indulge in what they call the holy meditation, which is like a form of ritual or prayer, right? Just speak to us briefly around the differences involved in this.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. But meditation, obviously, is being at peace with yourself and then focusing on something. So I'm a Christian myself. So let's say if you're a Christian, or let's say, you're not a Christian, or whatever you believe in, it's about being at peace with whatever that is going on and focusing on something. So it could be that because we had Easter, I'll just give, for example, focusing on the cross, focusing on Jesus, or focusing on your faith, or focusing on something that this is my moment. So for instance, right now, you're both in the studios, like, this is my moment and I just want to enjoy it. I just want to enjoy this peace that I've got. So let's say if there's a viewer out there or something says, I just want to meditate. It's just zoning into the fact that using every outside sound as your peaceful moment. You can also, whilst you're meditating, you can travel, not physically travel, but take your mind to a place that gives you peace. Right. I find peace in breeze. I find peace around ocean. So because I grew up around the beach, I grew up, on the ship, because that's the family I came from. So wherever there is water, wherever there is the sound of breeze, it gives me calmness. I'm just giving you that example. Everybody on what they like. Some people enjoy just going for a walk. And so whatever that you find peace in, when you sit quietly to meditate, focus on that. Whatever religion that, religious belief you have, or whatever that you believe in, if that works for you, it's about using something to find peace. And that you can give yourself 30 minutes, whatever, and gradually what you do is you do a body scan right from the top of your head, from your scalp, and just start scanning it right from the top of your head all the way down. Make sure that when you're there, you relax. Your body is so relaxed. We live in a world where it's so tense. We're always on the move. You're always on the go. People are always saying things to us, doing things. You're thinking about your bills, everything. But when you have that 30 minutes, let's say today, you can just say, this 30 minutes is mine. Close every door, and then just sit, and then just focus on just scanning your whole body. By the time you get to the middle part of your body, you'll be so relaxed. So then you meditate. Oh, sorry, I think, Jude, you asked something else. And I
was asking about the difference between meditation and
you
hypnosis.
started off with the responses, and I'm enjoying this responses you're giving.
Okay, all right, sorry. Sometimes I get carried away.
Dr. Gazy, is hypnosis for everybody, or is there a certain group of persons or people who cannot partake?
That's good. You know what? When I did my training in hypnosis, that's what they said. People said, well, I can never be hypnotized. It's not for me. It's not. I'll say for almost everybody. Obviously, if somebody's mental state is very bad, people with certain mental health group, it kind of, if you do, so certain types will work, like deep relaxation would work,
right?
But not everything. But everybody can. I'll say almost everybody. Let me put it that way, because I don't want anyone calling and saying, well, I tried and this and that. Almost everybody. In everything, there's an exception.
Right.
It works for ADHD. It works for autism. It works for bedwetting. It works for physical health issues. And then it works for mental health.
Okay.
So
there's some questions here for you. Good morning. A nice show that awakes me Sunday morning. Okay, no, I'll read that one later. Good morning. My name is Chantel. I'm very happy about this topic. Kindly ask Dr. Gazy if we are able to engage in hypnotherapy ourselves. Example, you have a presentation to win $1 million contract, or you have to host an event on a big stage. Can you do hypnotherapy yourself? So I don't know, maybe boost your courage.
That's a good one. It's called self-hypnosis.
Okay.
So again, you just start by going into deep relaxation and focusing on the prize. Remember what I said, that yourself and or Jude, you want to be the best broadcaster or have the largest viewership. So you focus on that. How do I get there? How does it feel like to do it? If I were to win this prize, the $1 million, how would it feel like? What would my life be like? What would it take to get there? So just focus on that. Just maybe in your bed or whatever, where nobody is, just focus on it and just relax right from the more you think about it, the more you relax. And yes, you can do it. And then that would keep building your confidence. And, it's a beautiful feeling. So self-hypnosis is beautiful. You can do it. And then you can get an MP3 or something just to listen to it so that you get it. So you can do self-hypnosis, especially when once you've attended a session, then you learn how to do it. Or you can ask your therapist, can you help me to do it myself? So after one session, two sessions, whatever it is, you can learn and then do it yourself. Yes.
Amazing. Maybe you should just talk to us also very briefly about the what we should look out for, right? When we decide on who should be a hypnotherapist, because you talk about the effects of going to places or having people who are not qualified do it for us, right? So what should be the red flags in deciding who is a hypnotherapist?
Yes. Like I said, one of the first things is go to your general practitioner, your doctor, or if you're with a specialist, let's say you're already seeing a gynecologist or some specialist, go to them and say, can you recommend someone? There are lots of psychologists have also trained in hypnotherapy. Some don't practice because either they don't believe in it, or I think one thing about Ghana is I've realized that most psychologists are very religious Christians, and they see this as you can't do this or you can't do that. But let me just say that I am a Christian, and there's nothing ungodly about hypnotherapy. When you don't know something, you just make assumptions.
Right,
So
that's
first
true.
point is just go to a specialist, also through recommendation, because you do get, it's like you get lots of specialists come on your program. So if, a specialist is come, a hypnotherapist or somebody's come on a show, and you think, wow, I could do with that, call the station and speak to them and say, how do I get this person's number or how do I contact them? Also, find out a bit more about them. That if you're interested in them, find out or follow them on their social media, or you can contact them and start asking questions and know about their profile. Like I said, you can book a session. If you're not interested, just say, my first session, I don't want you to hypnotize me. I just want to talk. Can we talk? And through that, so and then through recommendation, maybe a friend or a family member or a company has used their service, they can say, actually, that person is good. It's okay. It's safe for you to use them.
All right, Dr. Gacy, we have a few minutes left. Maybe you can do the session, the brief relaxation session with us before we go.
That's right. I'm looking forward to this. So for the two of you, because you are hosts, you can either choose to close your eyes or not. But if you won't close your eyes, what I need you to do is look in the studio ahead of you, anything that you can focus on, one thing, just anything at all. Could be just a dot on the wall or anything at all. Just look at that. Or you can close your mug in front of you, anything that you want to just focus on that and don't look at anything else. Anyone else watching, you can either close your eyes or I think if you close your eyes, that'll be good. And at this moment, I just want you to just listen to my voice. It's just going to be all about my voice. Okay? So we're just going to relax. It's going to be very brief. This is not a full hypnotherapy session. So don't take it that this is a full hypnotherapy session. I want you to be very relaxed, hands by your side. Just make sure that wherever you sit, you're sitting back in your chair, on your bed, wherever, relax. Jude, I need you to sit back and relax. You don't look relaxed, so just relax. And what I need you to do now is I need you to breathe in all the way in, and I need you to breathe out. That's excellent. Okay, so we're going to do it again. Breathe in all the way in, and I need you to breathe out. So for the next one, when I say breathe out, I need you to open your mouth. So you actually close your mouth to breathe in and you open your mouth to breathe out. So we're going to do this. So I need you to breathe right in, and then I need you to breathe out. For some of you, it's going to be very difficult if you're watching because your body is so tensed or you're stressed. But it's okay. You're doing very well because it's not something you do every day. Now, whilst you relax, keep breathing in and out as you listen to my voice. So I need you to focus and concentrate on the top of your head. What we're going to do is scan. So right on top of your head, what we're going to do is investigate. Do I still have my hair? If you don't have hair, your scalp, is everything okay there? Now, what we're going to use is you're not going to use your hands. Your hands will just be where they are. But what I need you to do is you're using your mind's eye. So in your mind, you're actually investigating to make sure that you've got your hair, you've got your head, your scalp. Now, at this moment, now that we've established that you've got your head, we're going to go to your forehead. Your forehead. I want you to just examine, make sure that you've got your forehead all in your mind's eye. At this moment, just tell yourself that it's all about me and nothing else. Not about my environment, not about my room, nothing else. It's just about me. Now we're going to go down to your eyes. Have you got your eyes there? Have you got your eyebrows, your eyelids, everything? And then we're moving down. We're going to your ears. Please establish that you've got your right ear and your left ear. At this point, you realize that your body is beginning to relax. You are relaxing. Enjoy this moment and let yourself go. Continue breathing in and just breathing out. Now, then your nose. So all we're doing is starting to make sure we've got all our body parts. You've got your cheeks, you're going down, you've got your lips, and then you've got your chin, moving down to your neck. This moment, I want you to just relax your shoulders. Make sure your shoulders are, because most of the time we have our shoulders are so tense, but I just want you to just relax. Enjoy the moment. It's not every day that you get to do this. So just enjoy it. You're moving from your shoulders all the way to your arms. You should be relaxing. You should be going into deep relaxation right now. Feeling really relaxed all the way to your stomach. Establish that you've got your stomach and also your breasts going all the way down to your stomach, then to your hips, your fingers. Do you have them all? Then down to your hips, down to your buttocks, and all your organs, your private organs. You're moving down your thighs. Keep breathing in and breathing out. At this point, I just want you to pay attention to any noise around you. Could be anything depending on where you are. Wherever you are. So if you're in the studio, can you hear the cameraman? Can you hear anything at all? Any sound? And my voice. Apart from my voice, any other sound. Just to use that sound, just to relax. And just go all the way down to your knees. Establish that you've got your left knee, you've got your right knee. If you're watching and you just got one knee, that's okay. Just establish that you've got that. Any part that I mentioned, if you haven't got both, just establish whatever that you have got. You're going down our legs, all the way down. And then your ankles as well. And all the way down to your feet, your heels. You should be so relaxed and enjoying that moment. Just don't think about anything else because it's very easy for us to just drift and start thinking about all our problems, everything. But this moment, leave your mind just blank, just listening to my voice. I'm just going to be quiet for a few seconds. When I come back, we'll be counting out. So this moment, I just want you to just enjoy just being in that zone. where you're not feeling stressed, where you feel like today is your day, today is a Sunday, and you're just going to enjoy today and you're not going to worry about anything. Whatever happened before you left home or whilst you're still at home, it really doesn't matter now. You just want to just enjoy this moment that is yours and you will not allow anybody to take this moment from you. So I'm just going to be quiet just for a few seconds, but I just want this moment to just be yours. Enjoy this moment and I'll come back. So I'm just going to count from 1 to 5. I think this time I'll do it from 1 to 3. And then when I get to 3, you'll be wide awake. So 1, you're happy having this short moment just to yourself. And you're thinking, I'll come back here again. This is not forever, but I can do it more. I can even do it better. I can spend more time by myself trying to relax. So 2 is going to be a fantastic day because I feel relaxed. 3, I need you wide awake saying that this is going to be the day that the Lord has made and I'm just going to be rejoicing and be glad in it. So open your eyes and just join us in the studio. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Dr.
That was
Annie
amazing.
Gazy.
How was that? I need your feedback.
It was amazing. Like anytime you mentioned a part of my body and I focused on it, I could feel that part relax a little. I liked it.
Exactly.
I'll share my feedback
I'm
with
glad. Jude, how did you feel?
I'll share my feedback with you privately.
Okay, thank you. It's brilliant. I wish we can get feedback from people who watched
Yeah,
as well, but maybe we
yeah.
don't have the time. But so this goes to show that hypnotherapy is not about altering anything in your brain. It's just changing negative to positive wherever you are in life. It doesn't matter what the situation is. This is just a brief of it. But if you feel that, you really enjoy that and you feel that it can change your life, that's something to consider. Something to consider. We are in 2025. We're moving with time. So in the UK, what's happening now is the NHS is trying to adopt this into treatment, employing hypnotherapists to add to treatment and other places and other private sectors as well. So this is something I'm recommending. But like I said before, please make sure that if you opt for this, you are with a trusted person, a trusted therapist, not just because somebody said, oh, I've heard about it. This is not to promote negativity. This is to promote good health and well-being.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Annie Gazy, who is a behavior specialist